Hi, Mr. Wisdom here. Listen, mass immigration is obviously a big topic for everybody in the Western world, for sure. Um, and here's the thing: people need to do their own due diligence, do some research, because if you look through it throughout history, without fail, 100% of the time when there's mass immigration for enough years, that country that allows them in, that country collapses and is no longer their very own country. Language changes, religious changes, culture changes. It's no longer there. It's gone. We have two modern examples, right? And most people, for some reason, have forgotten them. And one is very, very recent. And nobody seems to want to acknowledge it. And it's strange to me. So, first, you have to look at Kosovo. Kosovo, for over 1,000 years, was Serbian territory. At one point, it was the capital of Serbia. So it was their territory. Period. They made the mistake of letting in hundreds of thousands of Albanian refugees. Because Albania, for a long time there, was a hellscape. It's gotten much better. And they simply outbred the Serbs, and they had the majority of the numbers, the vast majority of the numbers, and they just decided we're just going to take it. They got arms smuggled in from Albania, and they took up arms to take it. So they were at fault. They were the insurgents. Granted, the Serbs committed just unspeakable atrocities, uncalled for. Nobody agrees with the way they acted. It was just ridiculous, unbelievable. I mean, just mass murders, men, women, children, old people, just everybody. Horrible. But you deal with those individuals, you stop them from doing that, and then prosecute them if they survive. What you don't do is let the insurgents take a large swath of a sovereign nation. Most of those Albanians were Muslim. So that essentially was the first modern Muslim caliphate. And that sparked all the rest of this stuff that's happened. In Macedonia, right after that, they got inspired. Macedonia made the same mistake, let in a ton of refugees. They're a small country, so it doesn't take much. About 3 million people. And so they let in too many. Same thing happened. Started getting the numbers. And they tried to take it by force. That failed. But it didn't matter because in just about maybe 15 years after that, they had the country. Simply by outbreeding the Greeks. Now, this is a country, Macedonia. Alexander the Great, it's always been Greek. Going back 12,000 or so years, maybe more, it was nothing but Greek. There was no other human's land before that. And they lost it completely. Greek is not the official language anymore. They even changed the name. There's no country of Macedonia. It's North Macedonia now. They lost their country purely by mass immigration. There's this is just a decade or so ago. They less than a decade actually. They officially lost it. Nobody talks about it. This is why you can't allow mass immigration. Is fine in the right numbers. We can absorb a certain amount of numbers. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but they have to be legal and vetted. Excuse me. Legal and vetted. And then you're fine. But you can't have multiple millions pouring in completely unvetted, knowing that there's going to be a certain number. I mean, even if 99% of them are good people, right? You feel like 10 million in a short time, That's still 100,000 bad people. Murderers, rapists, child molesters, human traffickers, sex traffickers, drug dealers. Why would you want that? That's a huge amount of people that are horrible people, and we're feeling the wrath now. Europe is feeling the same thing, so now they're going, have a major backlash against them, and unfortunately, it's getting ugly in Europe, and it's kind of starting to get ugly here off and on. And unfortunately, you're going to have innocent people on both sides, on every aspect of it, that end up getting hurt. And overall, it's just a mess for the country in so many different ways. We've had every year a couple of million migrants come in, legal, a few illegal, and then later get legal. And there was a little bit of bad, but it wasn't a huge amount, so we were able to deal with it. And for the most part, people are like, okay, well, if it doesn't get worse, we can manage it. And then you just open the floodgates and have 4 or 5 times as many pour in, and then don't check them at all. Just no ID, no nothing. Just take them at their word and just, there you go, have fun. And then use tens of billions of dollars of our money to just put them up in hotels and give them food, give them everything. What? That's insane. That was the main reason why Trump won. From that alone. People were incensed by that. How do you do that with our money? So anyway, the main point is we have a modern example of Macedonia that was lost in just a couple generations because they let too many legal refugees in. And it was gone that fast. Now, obviously, it would take much longer for a country like America, but it could certainly happen. Now, it wouldn't be, there's too many, it's too diverse, so it's not like you're going to all start speaking Spanish or whatever, but I'm just saying, as a whole, you can lose your country. So, again, back to the beginning, 100% of the time, without fail, this is nothing racist, this is nothing, none of that stuff. With 100% of the time, with mass immigration, that country falls. Thanks. Please like, subscribe, and, comment for me, okay? Again, this is Mr. Wisdom.